Hi guys, I've got another speed paint video to share with you guys today. I created this piece for my Patreons. One of my Patreons will receive the original of this piece, and then elements of this piece have been photographed and manipulated and will be shared with my Patreons via collage sheets. But I thought you guys on YouTube might like to see it too, as I recorded it. So I'm creating on a Dale Rowley artist board, mixed media board, and I'm just using some of my favourite pink acrylic paint. I don't use a lot of pink in my paintings, but I just fancied going pink for this. So I'm just using a variety of different pinks, and I'm using a fairly dry brush, and I'm just adding the paint to the board and just layering it up and blend. And I keep going backwards and forwards between the colours until I get kind of like the smudgy, blendy, desired effect that I like. I love the hot neon pink in there, as long as some of the pale pinks, but in places it kind of needs toning down. So with all the shades, you'll see that I add a bit and then cover it up a bit, and then add a bit and then cover it up a bit, add a bit, cover it up a bit until I get to where I like. And I'm using, as I said, a fairly dry brush so that I can get some of that streaky brush strokey effect, which I really like. I'm also using some gesso just to blend it out a little bit. I added the gesso to my palette, and unbeknown to me, there was some purple paint on my palette that was still slightly wet, so I end up picking that up by accident. But it turns out to be a really happy accident, because I love how the purple looked there. So I then ended up getting some more purple, adding it to my palette, and intentionally adding the purple. But then I kind of like push it back, blend it back a bit with a bit of gesso. So it's a kind of like a push me, pull me. It's a really nice process. I really enjoy doing this because it's kind of relaxing and therapeutic, cathartic, to kind of, you know, do this kind of thing. In the end, most of this paint does get covered up, I will admit, but I think it adds a nice kind of element to the background, with kind of like different details and everything in it. So once my acrylic paint's all dry, I'm then using some acrylic ink. This is by Liquitex. This is just a black, and I'm just painting it on. As I said, a lot of this does get covered up. So sometimes you kind of think, well, why'd you bother? But I didn't really know which bits I was going to cover up. And hey, I was just actually really enjoying the process of laying my paint down. So, you know, why not? So once I've got that big black chunk laid down, I then switch brushes to a finer brush, and I just go to town on this with a load of painting with and inking with my brush. It's all just wonderfully therapeutic. This whole piece, this video has not only been sped up, but massive chunks of it have been cut out as well. This took me probably a few hours to do, if I'm honest. My entire video footage I had to cut down from like 2 hours to this 13-minute, 15-minute video that you're seeing. So yeah, it took me quite a while to do, but I absolutely loved creating. It was just, you know, I had my music on and I was just going for it. I had a rough idea of what I wanted to do, and then the rest I just kind of let myself just go with the flow, get into the process, and just, you know, just lose myself. I love that. Just lose myself in my art, you know. So yeah, the rest of the video you will just see me finishing off this piece. and I hope you enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoyed creating it. I hope the Patreon who gets this really enjoys it too, and all my Patreons who've supported me, I hope they like it in their collage sheets. You'll see here I have a piece of paper underneath my board, and you'll see that I go off the edge while I'm painting these petals. The reason I go off the edge is because I find that it helps me to create when something's going off. I love when things fall off the edge of the page. I really love that look. But just by going over onto that paper, it means that I create it in a more realistic way, if that makes sense. And also you then end up with like a piece of paper behind that's kind of like got full of marks and splotches and ink and everything that makes really awesome collage fodder. So I recommend it. But yeah, I love painting with ink. I don't know why. I just find it so relaxing. I just keep going over certain bits, like I make the ink darker in places, colour bits in, and just add loads and loads of detailing to this piece. It's like when you see it in person, you'll just see how much detail I added to it, and there's just tons of it. Okay, so I've had my fill of ink painting for a little while, so it's time now to pull out the Posca paint pen. I love my Posca paint pens, absolutely love them, and I love white on black. So this next bit is just basically the same as I did with the painting with ink, only I'm drawing with the white paint pen. I also use a Posca paint pen in the neon pink as well, and I also use the Jane Davenport paint over pens. I don't love the paint over pens that much. They're not quite as vibrant as I'd like. Maybe it's because I haven't experimented enough and used them in the right way, right artwork or whatever, I don't know. So the Posca is where it's at for me. So I just spend the rest of this video doodling and colouring in and adding marks and details. There is, as I said, there is just so much detail, and you'll see that in the very end. I just do some slow close-ups for you so you can see the finished thing and all the detailing. So I really hope you enjoy the rest of this video and you've enjoyed seeing my whole process, and I enjoyed it, so I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye now.